with Dale Littlefield, and Dale has been here for just shy now of 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the official title is
Fleet Safety Supervisor.
Fleet Safety Supervisor. But a unique thing about Dale is that he wasn't always a safety supervisor. Why don't you tell us how you started at Nussbaum?
Oh, wow. We're going back a few years.
Yeah.
I started as a driver. That's been a long time ago. We had Valvos, and we were in the old building. I shouldn't say old building, but the other building.
Yeah. None of these three that we're currently in, right?
No,
Okay.
no. I think at that time we had like 3 mechanics.
Okay.
And yeah, it has changed, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, change. Too many companies become stagnant, and when they become stagnant, next thing you know, they're filing bankruptcy or getting bought out by another company, and then they no longer exist.
Mm-hmm.
Where, as you know, Nussbaum's always looking into the future and trying to experiment with new stuff. So we're doing great.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then I had hair. It's changed in a good way, and everybody here has went with the change.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, let's go back even further than that. Why don't we just start with childhood? Where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
Not far from here. Mackinac is where I was raised. My dad was the manager of Cracker Jack Company.
Cracker
Peanuts,
Jack.
Toy
That's
surprise.
where you open it and there's always some surprise in there.
Yeah, I've got a bag from the '70s that they took me to Chicago where they actually made it, and I got to hold a bag underneath all the toy surprises, and it's got like barber poles or when they had real prizes in them, not the little ones. So
wow, do they still exist? Cracker?
Yeah, they do, but. Then when I graduated high school from Olympia, I joined the Coast Guard. When I got out of that, I moved to Florida, lived on a sailboat for a year, and then moved to a suburb of Tampa after that.
Yeah. So how old during this time?
My 20s.
20s.
Yeah. Then I moved back here, and then I moved away again and ended up in Arkansas and stayed there for quite a while. And then I moved. Yeah. I love the woods and hills and that type.
Yeah.
I stayed there for a while, and then I found out my dad was dying, so I moved back here to be with him, and been back here ever since. So, and that's been, 21 years ago. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So this probably explains your miniature your little beach that we have. This is
Yes.
straight from Dale's desk.
You know what? I've had that up here on my desk or near my desk for about a week now, and everybody has played in it except me. So I still got to play in it. But my daughters sent that to me because they know I love going to the beach and stuff, and they sent that to me as a reminder. So
yeah. So if you don't know Dale is someone that is he loves warm weather. He's probably what I would consider, would it be cold-blooded? Or
they make fun of me here because I'll wear my coveralls even in June if it's cold.
Yeah.
I do not like anything below 80s freezing.
Yeah. So he's always got coveralls on. He's he's very unique, but he loves to take walks with Mitch. So this actually leads into our other segment.
Okay.
Dale is people like to scare Dale. And so we actually have this video compiled of multiple instances where Dale is being scared. And so we tried to figure out a way to scare him on camera.
You guys, I should have known better. All right.
So if you would take a look, we have this video right over here to kind of show a little compilation of Dale.
Oh, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
Let's go. Hey, Dale.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
So yeah, that last one was the airbag. That's what we are using right now on screen. So were you like? Do people always scare you your whole life, or
No. When I first come into the office, because I drove for Nussbaum for many years.
Yeah.
I think I started this whole
You
thing
did.
because I've always been ornery or.
That's a good word.
Yeah, I mean, when I was driving, first started here, I used to dress up for Halloween and come into the office, and they tolerated me because
And was it a pirate? Was
a
it every year?
pirate, hillbilly, whatever, just for the day.
Yeah.
They tolerated me with it, and I did it for a few years, and then I just started coming in on Halloween and leaving spiders and stuff on people's desks.
Yeah.
And then when I come into the office, I stopped doing that. And a lot of people said, well, why? We're used to it. It's like, well, before I could run, now I can't run. So I quit doing that. But when I come into the office, I got Rick a couple of times walking around the lake out here. And
Yeah.
I think they just do it to get me back, and they get a good laugh out of it. I mean, I do a lot of things that not as much as I used to, but I've always been a firm believer that laughter cures a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it to be ornery. I do things to make people smile and laugh.
Yeah.
Not for myself, just I think that cures a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, when I sent out a message to the office and drivers about this show, and Bill Wetstein replied, and he talked about the pirate, and he said, in all my years, Dale has always left a wake of smiles wherever he goes.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
you're doing great.
Yeah, it's just been something I love to make people smile.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's not because I'm trying to get attention or anything like that, but it seems to turn out that way. But I like to see people laugh and smile. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of laughter and smiles, so Dale's just got such a unique character that Joe Anderson and Toby Plattner have decided to construct what is called Daleisms. And so these are essentially different kind of quotes that they've gathered over past year or two.
You're going to keep picking on me, ain't you?
Of just different sayings from Dale. So one, I think it's really special because you're in a safety role. So you're in a role where people are kind of vulnerable because maybe they've done something that they're maybe
Yeah.
been in an accident or been on their cell, just kind of in a situation where they maybe weren't doing the best thing. And I know receiving correction doesn't come easy to everyone.
No.
So being able to kind of respond in, a lighthearted way, but also teach them is awesome.
Yeah, and I think that comes from me being a driver, and they used to call me. I mean, I've been brought into the office. I never tore up any equipment. I never wrecked. Well, I had one, but it wasn't
With Nussbaum.
my doing.
Okay.
But so I know what it feels like when you get that call.
Yeah.
And you know you're wrong, but it's just human instinct to say,
Yeah.
try to deny it, even though you know you're wrong.
Yeah.
So it helps a lot.
So, like let's say someone had an accident and you have to call them. Do you have like a certain, I don't want to say like strategy, but like how do you
Stay positive. Don't thrive on the negative aspect of it. I mean, they, in most cases, they know that they messed up, or not so much as that. But I mean, try to stay positive with it. When you talk to them, say, "Hey, I know you're a great driver. You're doing a great job, but a lot of things that's probably on that paper." I tell them I don't want to sound like their mother.
Yeah.
But I don't want anything to happen to them. I'll go out to eat supper with them, but I've got a job to do, and keeping them safe and legal out there is first. I do kid around a lot, and I laugh and I joke, but our drivers being safe and legal comes first.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So I'll just share a few of my favorite ones. January 13th, 2021, you said, "My modeling days are over. I went from a grape to a prune, more like a raisin, I think." So
I've got a lot. You know, it amazed me when they turned that. They gave that to me for I think my birthday. Yeah. I was amazed at how many people sat in there that listen to what I say, and copy it down. and even I'm finding them using some of this stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, but some of it I didn't realize I even said. But you know.
Well, speaking of your modeling days, I think we do have one picture when you did have hair. And to be honest, I've never seen golden hair like that.
Oh, I know what. Is this? Is this my? Oh boy.
Did you used to race?
Oh, that down at, yeah, that's when I was living in Florida. Believe it or not, that is my younger days back in the
70s?
Well, I don't know what's the date on it. It's
85.
85. Wow.
So yeah, explain what this picture's for, or what this license.
Oh, that was
for.
just a Grand Prix track they had down there in Florida that you had to present that to go on it, and it was. I've always been one for there's my Arkansas accent, for trying to do everything you can. A lot of my travels, I talk to a lot of people that are retired, and they say you have two choices in life. You can either save your whole life and hope when you get older you can travel with your spouse and enjoy life, or they said do it when you're young and try to set some aside and enjoy life when you're young, and then maybe you'll be able to when you get older. And most of them say do it when you're young, because when you get older, you don't feel the same, or your spouse or you may, you know, have health issues and stuff. And that's what I try to do in my younger days.
Okay.
Is do everything I could. Was it smart? You know. But I've got a lot of memories. Someday when I'm in my rocking chair, I'll have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah. So any specific memories from your sailboat days? Like, what did you do?
Well, I worked for Blackbeards. They have several. They leave out of Port of Miami, and we take people on excursions through the Bimini Islands, Bahamas, stuff like that. It was not something you would make money on or anything like that, but it was an adventure. I remember one time when I first started, I went to Miami to get my plane tickets for Christmas to go back, and I was standing in line waiting to get my tickets, and the lady behind the counter asked me, "Have you been drinking?" And I'd been on the boat for so long, I was just kind of sitting there going like this. And she thought maybe I'd had some alcohol or something. I was like, "No, I'm sorry. I just got off a sailboat for a long period of time." I said, "I still ain't got my feet back." So, but yeah, I mean, it was a adventure. You want to. Life is short, so you want to do what you can within reason. You know, never hurt nobody. Have respect. You know. My parents were very strict with me, and I'd like to think they taught me some good values. So,
yeah. And do you have any siblings?
I've got two daughters that live in Oklahoma. Down there, one lives downtown Oklahoma City, and one in Norman, Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
One of them is a school teacher, and the other one is going to college for 15 years.
Wow.
She wants to discover cure for medicines and stuff, so she's got to get her doctorate, and I don't know all of it, but she's doing good. So,
yeah. So those are your kids, but do you have any brothers or sisters yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I have one brother and one sister. One's 10 years older than me, and one's 11 years older than me. They live around here, so I see them quite often. Okay. And that's about the extent of that.
Yeah. What do they do? Are they retired?
My brother's retired, and my sister just last year retired. So my brother worked with computers, and my sister worked with software. So, yeah.
How do you feel about computers?
I'm glad we got an IT department. I'm a little behind, and I think everybody agree with it. I'm able to, when I first come in, and this goes out to Jeremy. When I first come into the office, they was trying to send me to school all the time. Now, is that because I wasn't that smart, or?
Oh, they were?
No. I had a lot of things to learn, and they've been very patient. Everybody in this office is like a family. You know that. I mean, everybody in here shares their jobs, especially in safety and HR. They've trained us to where we know a little bit of everybody's job. So if somebody's sick or somebody's takes vacation, and somebody calls in, we can handle it, take care of it. We are all family. I mean, it's never. I tell people in orientation, when I teach orientation, this is the only job I had that I could leave my billfold on my desk, be gone a week, and not have to worry about it being missing. And that's rare to find.
Yeah.
This, I can't say enough about this place.
Yeah, I do in uniforms. I leave like packages for drivers all the time out in the driver's lounge, and never once has there ever been one that's been taken. So.
No. The values, what Brent has done, and he if he's listening, he won't take credit for it. He always says it's all of us, which it is, but he led us to the point we are now.
Sure.
I sent him one time a thing saying that his mom and the company is like a redwood tree. It's going to last for a long time.
Yeah.
His mom and dad was the roots of the tree. He is the trunk of the tree, and we are the leaves on the tree. He's holding us up.
Yeah.
And I believe in that. I mean, he has brought us where we are, led us to where we are today, and it's great.
Well,
so.
now I'm always going to think of a tree when I come to work. A good redwood.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say hi to a couple people. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm supposed to say hi to Brendan, to Dwayne Bounds, to Jared, Potpourri Jared.
Potpourri Jared?
Yeah, we won't go into that.
Uh-oh.
I've got a few more people here.
Oh, no.
Let's see. I better not. I don't think they want me to go through that whole list, but anyway, we can do that later if we have time.
Those were the only ones you wanted, Jared, Potpourri, Jared?
I could go through everybody, but you know what we really need to do?
Okay.
We really need to get Kyle, Jesse, Ryan, and you, and have one of us interview you guys. You guys do a lot of work to put these on every week, and we have never seen you on here.
Well, I'm on all the time. So
but I mean, it would be nice for us to talk to all you, because you do a lot of work. You really do. I mean, it's been amazing what all you guys do. So
yeah. So we were wondering if you wanted to be on the next cover of Driven.
No, you don't want to do that. No, you know, when I was younger here, they did ask me to do several things, and which amazed me.
Yeah.
And I was glad, but I mean, there's so many new people, younger generation in. I think it'd be better to have them in there. You know, we've got some talented people we've brought in here, very smart, and it sounds like they're going to be here for many, many years.
Yeah. So I am curious, though, a little bit more about your time as a driver. What drew you into the office, and how long were you driving for Nussbaum?
I was driving probably 15 years here. Yeah, I started out over the road. We would run Texas and all over in valvos. Valvos that were automatics with a clutch. I mean, they were, back in the good old days. We had logs too.
Yeah.
Paper logs. So, It has.
Did you have 65 still, or were you?
No, I don't think there was no govern on them, and I was. My younger days as a driver, I was a very aggressive driver for many years.
Why is that? Just
I would hold it to the floor, want to get the job done. Like I said, I've never wrecked, never tore up anything.
Yeah.
And
there
I was
no
not
smart drive during then. So
no. When they first put the cameras, the technology come in. I didn't like them. I mean, when I seen them come on, I would stick my tongue out, wave at them, and I didn't understand all the technology. And now I don't completely agree with some of it, but I understand it because of all the technology we have, which is more than a lot of companies, and thanks to our drivers using it, we're leading the nation in many aspects. I mean, safety and our turnover is real low. Our scores are good. I mean, hopefully nopody here will tell our drivers how to drive, but we give them a lot of tools to use, and the more they use them, hopefully the better driver, the more money. Money is nice, but that's not what it's really about. It's about them being safe and getting home.
Yeah. And just super efficient with fuel and their time
and fuel is the second biggest expense of any company next to payroll.
Wow.
So I mean, it does make a difference.
Yeah. So how did you get into the office then?
Well, I had a dedicated run for many years.
Yeah.
And one day I showed up and we didn't even know about it. We had lost that. Somebody had outbid us. So I went over the road.
Okay.
And at that time, I was married at that time, and I really, like a lot of people, I didn't want to be away from my wife and stuff. So I was wanting to get something where I'd be home every night, which is hard to do. And thanks to Matt Cheever. I think Matt's the one that got me started. I talked to Matt, who was my driver manager.
Okay.
Brent Verling was actually my driver in IT, driver manager at one time.
I did not know he was a driver manager.
Yeah, that's when we was running Texas. At one time, he was a driver manager. But Matt Cheever, I talked to him. I said, what's the chances? I said, I've got a lot of experience. I'm not the greatest with technology, but I can learn. You tell me once, I'll remember, and I can learn. And next thing you know, I was talking with Jeremy, and
you didn't show up in a pirate costume that day, though.
No, no. I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to come in here because I didn't realize, like a lot of drivers, what all is involved for running a company like this. It's a lot of work for everybody. I mean, a lot of fun too.
Sure.
But it's amazing what all it takes to keep everybody going. I'm thankful every day, and like I said, the people I work with here that's the only way I can describe it. They're like family.
Yeah. So explain what an average day at Nussbaum looks like for you.
Boy, phone calls.
Yep.
Orientation.
Phone calls to drivers
calling in to ask questions. One of the big things they ask is, should I drive because the wind's blowing? And we cannot tell them to drive, because if we tell them to drive and something happens, we're responsible.
Yeah.
What we can do is tell them what the gusts are, the speed is. A lot of them, they say, well, I got 30,000 on. Well, your bill of lading says 30,000, but that don't mean you have 30,000 because they're not that accurate. Some of them are estimated. We've had drivers with 30,000 on, they weigh it and they only got 20,000 on. So we don't know the road conditions or what they're,
Yeah.
So that and snow is the other big question. Should I drive when it's snowing? We can't tell them to drive. But what we can do is look and say, hey, you got 5 other Nussbaum drivers that just went by you at 45, 50 mile an hour. So, depending on your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
So if they're driving and they realize it's getting super windy and they're afraid of being blown over, where do they go?
Rest areas, truck stops, wherever a safe place
Okay, they
is.
can't just stop on the side of the road, right?
No, that's one of the. We do not want that because there's a lot of times, especially on snow and ice, people can lose control, and that could be a bad situation.
Yeah.
So somewhere safe, off the road. But yeah, we get all kinds of phone calls. I got a guy that used to call me every week and says, "I got a stupid question," and there's no stupid questions. If you got a question, call and ask. I mean, I don't know everything by far, but we can find out.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, we got orientation. I do the camera work. Me and Kevin.
Okay.
Anything that comes in on the cameras, which a lot of people think we're watching them all the time, and that's not. I think I've told many drivers that thing gets activated 3 to 5 times a day, which you take that times, we got 460. I ain't that good. 5 times 400 is over 2,000 events a day.
Yeah.
We only look at maybe 5 a day that come in to coaching, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like we're on the phone all day talking
Yeah.
about cameras.
Yeah. So for anyone that is confused about what these cameras are, we have what's called Smart Drive installed in our trucks that are outward and inward facing, and they're triggered by a major G-force reaction, right? Like,
Yes. There's 4 things that can trigger it.
which is
G-force, their speed limit if they hit 75, their following distance, and then they have what we call a panic button inside the cab. They can trigger it.
which, like, let's say they saw an accident in front of them, right? They would want to.
Yeah, or maybe somebody's playing games with them, brake checking them, or a drunk driver. Or I used to use it if you're sitting at a truck stop and you got somebody the skills may not be that good. They're backing in next to you. Maybe they hit your fender and it doesn't rock the truck enough to turn that on. You can hit that and catch it. So there's no denial on that. So
Yeah. What do you wish that, so like for me, before I started at Nussbaum, I didn't know anything about trucks or semis and super like ignorant about it. So what do you wish like a normal, I don't want to say pedestrian, but just like a regular driver that doesn't know anything about trucks knew when they were driving?
you lost me on that.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So like someone that doesn't know anything about truck driving, like semi-truck driving.
Advise them. What would I say to them?
Yeah, like maybe they're annoyed one's going super slow or...
Well, a lot of people don't understand what it takes.
Yeah.
A lot of drivers say they should make every four-wheeler get their truck driving license before they get their car license, which is impossible.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't understand that trucks are governed out there. When they pass someone, they may hold up a line for a little bit. They don't understand the distance it takes to stop them, how long it takes to get rolling with them.
Yeah.
Lack
How wide
of knowledge.
their turns are?
Yeah, a lot of lack of knowledge. It's always been a battle. It always will be.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants to become a driver, I say, you're going to be a high-paid tourist, but you're going to earn every penny of it. A lot of people come and think, oh, I'm going to get in truck, travel the countryside.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be fun, great, like a vacation. It's not a vacation. There is a lot of things you can see and do, but you earn. Anybody, I tell some of our new hires, anybody that says you're a lazy truck driver has no idea the technology, the planning, the road construction, the weather, the sleep patterns. It's not an easy job. They earn the money they get, and I admire them. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's really good. Wow. Well, you keep looking at your papers. There's something that you wanted to add?
no, I'm still wanting to do my list here, but no. We've got all our drivers are great drivers. I mean, they own it. They do things that a lot of people take for granted. Instead of taking a trailer in to get a light fixed, they'll put the light on themselves, what we call an own it moment.
Yeah.
They get stuck. Instead of calling a tow truck, they'll get out and get in the slush and snow and try, shovel themselves out, use chains or socks.
Yeah.
There's so many outstanding people here. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's some of the other things we do in safety is, of course, back to that orientation, smart drive, unidentified miles, meaning anytime a truck moves, it comes back on GPS and we can see it. And if we can see it, so can a judge or attorney or anybody else. So we keep track of that. We keep track of log violations, of their logs. We do training, certified red program. We do. It keeps you hopping. It does. It really does. But it's a good thing.
Yeah, because you like to move around a lot too, don't you?
Yeah, we do. There's never a dull moment. I mean, I miss truck driving. Once you drove a truck, it's always in your blood. But when I get drivers calling me saying, I'm stuck in snow, or I've been sitting for 3 hours waiting for this load, and it's like, I'm not getting any younger. I'll stay right where I'm at. I'm happy here. So
yeah. Outside of work, what do you do on the weekends? You have a wife, right?
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Dawn. Dawn. Same as my daughter, Dawn.
Aw. And does she drive a yellow
Bumblebee?
A yellow Bumblebee.
Yeah, it's a little yellow Fiat. Yeah, she works at the Mercedes dealer. So
okay.
We love to. Well, of course, we like to go to Florida. I've been going. My grandparents had a summer house there when I was a kid, and we've been going ever since I was little.
Yeah.
But we like the outdoors, kayaking, fishing, just to be outside in the sunshine. Winter's hibernation time.
Oh, I know. It's snowing outside today.
I know. And somewhere somebody's laying on a beach, but it's, it's good.
Yeah.
But.
Well, if you don't mind, I would like to point out a few more of your Dallisms.
Oh, that's all right.
Just because I think you're pretty golden.
I deserve it.
So on March 10th, 2021, I'm going to get a passport that says I'm a dog. Then a few seconds later, you say, hey, you know what the dog said when he hit the ceiling, don't you? Roof, roof. It goes with, maybe when you were going to Florida, maybe that's one.
Yeah, and something, I am a little, something I can't get out of is anytime I do something, it seems like Brent is there looking over my shoulder and he catches me.
Like anytime you do like a funny thing or like
a good example is Rick went on vacation. So his office was open. So me and Kevin, I'm putting you on the spotlight, Kevin. And this was my idea. I said, let's go into Rick's office and you take a picture of me sitting at Rick's desk and we'll send it to him on vacation. And as soon as we walk in there, guess who come around the corner?
Brent knew.
Yeah. He just shook his head and it's like, that's Dale. So,
But didn't you also do something else in Rick's office before for maybe April Fool's Day?
No, he went...
or another vacation he went on.
I think so. And I don't always pick on Rick. Of course, he picks back sometimes. I did decorate it all like a Hawaiian. I think he went somewhere tropical, and I put stuff all around his office, palm trees and stuff for him.
And wasn't there a fish in his drawer?
Rick, I didn't bring this up. She did. No, he got me with that. I think because I decorated his office, he had put a plastic bag in my desk drawer and put water with rocks and goldfish in there.
Oh, multiple goldfish.
There's a couple of them, yeah.
Oh, so they weren't lonely.
No, no. So, I mean...
Did you take them home or?
No, he took them back.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he took them back. But it's all for fun. I mean, we do have a great time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also the serious side, too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So just another few quotes of yours. You said, if you heard you were on the phone and you said, if you hear some weird noises, I'm eating a popsicle and I don't want it to melt.
Yeah, I think we had all gotten ice cream that day or something, and I
couldn't stop working, you know.
Well, a lot of times you want to take care of things, so. And I've gotten in trouble with that. I've been eating at my desk, which we should not do, but I try to, you know, I want to take care of some things and address some things. So
yeah.
I just.
The worst part is like I'll pick up peanut butter crackers sometimes and then keep typing, and then it's like the peanut butter is now on the keyboard, and
yeah.
I don't recommend that.
I mean, it has changed so much for such a good reason, and all the people that's been here for a long time, they have changed too. I mean, look at me. I mean, from before that.
You don't have any hair now.
I know, but I'm still good looking, so I ain't worried about it. No, it's so. There's something new every week. I mean. Yeah. It's amazing. I don't want to keep talking about that, but I am like so proud of this company because we are doing so well thanks to the people that are here.
Yeah.
In the office and drivers.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you looking forward to?
As far as Nussbaum?
Just life in general.
I mean, someday retiring. I mean, I'm very energetic, very an outgoing person, so I don't know. I probably never retire unless I have to because I always got to be doing something.
Back to the sailboat at that time?
No, well, I mean, we all have the dream of retirement, you know, have everything taken care of and living somewhere fine. My dream would be, live on a beach somewhere where the sun shine year round, and I know it's. But for now, I can visit. You know, it's. I think this company will. Well, I know that I'd like to stay positive.
Oh, sure.
That we're going to be around for another 80 years or longer. I mean, I see no end to it. I wish I could. I would like to be around 80 years from now, but that ain't going to happen. To see where we're at, maybe driverless trucks. Who knows?
Oh.
You know, the future is bright. I mean, there's so much technology out there.
Yeah. So if you could share maybe 3 lessons that you've learned at Nussbaum over the years, just maybe as a handful, hard to think about, but let's see.
Lessons. Wow, put me on the spot there. 3 lessons. Hard work does pay off. You know, there was a lot of times, you know, even coming into the office, a lot of times I worked weekends and stuff, and because I was slow with a lot of things. So what some people could get done in one day, it'd take me a day and a half.
Yeah.
Hard work and
which that is really, you know, noble that you're just owning up to, like, it. I just had to put in more time, and like instead of being why do I have to come in now? And so like that's really appreciative. I actually went into work on a Saturday once and caught Dale listening to, was it Elvis?
It could have been. Yes, I love the old 50s music.
He was just at his desk doing some work and listening to some Elvis, I think so.
Yeah, hard work is recognized here. everybody is so positive here. It's unbelievable. Lessons that three things.
So lesson 1, hard work pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Lesson 2.
My parents used to say, when you get older, time flies.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood that, until you do get down the road a ways. And even here with me, as long as I've been here, it's like, where did it go? It went fast in a good way.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I do understand. Yeah, time does fly.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a hard question. You're really putting me on the spot. I can't think of anything right now.
We got 2. Hard work pays off, and
time flies.
Well, I mean, if time seems to surpass us or leave us, I would say that what we're known for here is be purposeful with it. So that way, we make the most of it.
Yeah. My mind's a blank. Help me out.
Well, something I think Nussbaum's really done a good job teaching me is when I first got here, I feel like I was really scared because I started in a safety role and I didn't know anything about trucking or anything like that. And so I think I've really learned here, like, you're able to interrupt people and they're so gracious to teach you in the midst of it. So I think just learning how to be a good teacher and be a good student, and how to be patient when someone has to interrupt and how to ask you questions. So I think Nussbaum's just taught a lot about growth and just healthy relationships.
Yeah, the healthy relationships. I mean, we got faith and family on a lot of our trailers, and that is so true. It has brought me a lot closer to that aspect of life. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, do you have anything else to add?
No. When I come in here, I had all these ideas and all these great things to talk about.
And then the lights came on.
And then the lights come on, and it's like, little bitty.
We could end with one more picture. We just wanted to show you your lookalike if you weren't aware. So I don't know if you realize, but you're kind of like a famous actor.
Oh, boy.
David Spade.
Oh, boy.
There you are as a driver, and there you are as an actor.
Oh, what the years have done.
So.
Oh, Ryan, we're going to have a talk when we're done.
But, yeah, overall, really appreciate. I think it's kind of hard to find people that know how to have those times of laughter and, like, just lightheartedness, but then also have to be serious, and I think you do a really good job doing both.
Well, thank you, Sage. I mean, I appreciate you inviting me on here. I may not have been your best talk host or talk person, but you guys, like I said, you and Ryan and everybody ought to sit here where I am sometime because you do this all the time, but you don't get that much recognition for all the hard work you guys do. So,
well, thank you.
But thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
You've been listening to Terminal Exchange, the official podcast show of Nussbaum Transportation. Nussbaum is an industry leader in over-the-road freight transportation. For more information on Nussbaum's award-winning truckload services and top-paying driving careers, go to nussbaum.com or nussbaumjobs.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of Terminal Exchange. New episodes arrive every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts and share a little love by writing us a review. Then, go deeper into each exchange or listen to previous episodes at our podcast page, terminalexchange.org.